be inventive. You have to be really innovative because the Lost Boys have seen it all. And they will change their attack in a split second and come up with something that is totally indescribable. And if you can make Dan the Dragon Wilson tangle up his tongue in order to describe something, my friends, you're one of a kind. And the Lost Boys are truly, actually, they're two of a kind here at NWA Wildside.
Well, the Lost Boys have not seen a lot of tag team competition as of late. They've been split off into singles wrestling. Azrael has tried his hand down in Florida as a singles wrestler, and you know, they've just been venturing off and doing other things. But all is well in the camp of the Lost Boys, as well as we would possibly know. Azrael and Gabriel are here back in the tag team contention, and they're taking on Future Shock here. Future Shock has had a tremendous run there in a feud with Tank and the ticking time bomb Scotty Wren. It was Wren and Tank that ended up winning the Wildside Tag Team Tournament, defeating Future Shock in one of the rounds there. And now a big slap and a chop by Jay Freeze, and the chop returned by Gabriel.
It is a chopping clinic put in by Jay Freeze and the Archangel Gabriel here. And this tag team grudge match, seems that the grudge between these two teams seems to be never ending. But the Wildside faithful don't seem to mind seeing yet another matchup between these two competitors in the least.
Well, they sure don't. The last matchup these two teams had was absolutely amazing, and the Lost Boys were actually on the losing end of that matchup. It was going into the tag team tournament at Fright Night 2002, and it was the Lost Boys defeated by Future Shock. Future Shock securing their spot in the tournament. The Lost Boys had to actually defeat Divine Storm to even get into the tournament. There you see a pinning combination by Gabriel. So the Lost Boys and Future Shock both have been on the losing end of matches. Now they're trying to climb their way back up at the ladder as Tank and the ticking time bomb Scotty Wrench stand atop that mountain as Wildside Tag Team Champions, and they're going to be in action in one hell of a brawl later on tonight against Jason and Chad Dobbins with Al Getz.
Do you really think it's going to be a brawl, Dan?
With those four, no. I thought it was going to be a scientific mat classic.
Oh, that's science of a different caliber last I checked.
Yeah, it's called ass-kicking science.
Yeah, no kidding. But you didn't mention the fact that Azrael and Gabriel have been wrestling as singles more recently than as a tag team. In many ways, you can grow as a professional wrestler and as part as a tag team by working the single ranks. And I think it's actually, in many ways, could make the team of the Lost Boys that much more dangerous, that much more adaptable, that much more innovative because of their single competition.
Well, most certainly could there. Up and over by the Angel of Death. And Brandon P sends him to the apron, elbow to the face, and hard, and another. And Brandon P laying it in there. But Azrael with a comeback shoulder tackle. Sunset flip, Brandon P counters up and over. Leapfrog by Azrael. Hip toss, and he connects and heads on to an armbar.
And a take at mat wrestling from Azrael, one half of the Lost Boys, and the now infamous foot tag. Never get tired of that.
Lost Boys hit the time warp on Brandon P.
And Brandon P just manages to get that right shoulder up in the nick of time. But the evening is young, as the cliche goes.
And what a night we got still to come. AJ Styles versus David Young. The Battle of the Giants, no disqualification. There's got to be a winner in this matchup. Iceberg, the 600-pound Wildside heavyweight champion, is going to be taking on the 7-foot man mountain, Stone Mountain, right here tonight. Also on the card, the real Slim J defends the Wildside Junior Heavyweight Championship against Jeremy V. Loser leaves town.
Loser leaves Wildside permanently.
Todd Sexton against Tony Stradlin. TNT explodes, for lack of a better hokey gimmick name. Also, CEO versus retirement of Rick Michaels. Jeff G. Bailey puts his title of CEO on the line in your main event. Good God, Nagi Satoru DDT, not a break from the action. Kick to the head by Ezra. Springboard leg Larry sending Brandon P into full rotation on his ass.
So far, a really bad night if you're Future Shock. Oh, the Lost Boys hanging Jay Freeze over that top rope like dirty laundry. And a pair of drop kicks on either ear. And Jay Freeze, I believe, is one hurting carbon unit. Gabriel on top of Jay Freeze for the pin attempt. Too close to the ropes in order for it to fly.
Unbelievable actioning we're witnessing thus far. We already have a new world television champion. The Soul Assassin Rain Man has defeated Tony Mamaluke with a little help from Jeff G. Bailey. Tremendous matchup. Mamaluke Shimali had springboard clothesline by Brandon P.
Powerful, powerful clothesline from one half of Future Shock on top of the Archangel for the pin attempt. Once again, the evening is still maybe too young for either of these two teams to go down in defeat.
And once again, the clock is ticking on the main event, fans, as one major event is going to happen in Wildside when this night is over. Jeff G. Bailey will either no longer be the CEO of NWA Wildside, or he will own the TNA contract and manage Jason Cross in NWA TNA, and Rick Michaels will never be allowed to enter a professional wrestling ring again.
And that would be a sad state of affairs. If anybody who loves professional wrestling and knows the love that the original chosen one, Rick Michaels, has for this profession, that would be one of the darkest days ever in pro wrestling. And I, for one, hope that will never, ever take place.
And that's going to be your main event, the role model Jason Cross against John Phoenix. Those stakes are on the line. Big suplex there by Jay Freaks.
Man, stakes is high here tonight. I'm getting some street cred. How am I doing? Not good, huh? Goodbye. Back to drawing board. Got it right here.
You got about as much street cred as Pee Wee Herman. I think he's got more.
Terrific. But he has things better in hand than I do.
Future Shock now turning this matchup around after an offensive flurry from the Lost Boys that would have left anybody with an Excedrin headache.
Brandon P. having his way with the Archangel Gabriel. And a picture-perfect drop kick. I think they hit Gabriel right on the jaw. That'll knock a few teeth loose. Even knock the jaw out of alignment, too. And a blatant choke. And more of the same. And unfortunately, Azrael trying to get involved in this matchup, but only causing yet more pain and punishment for his tag team partner. Jay Freeze seems to be relishing and milking the moment for all it's worth. Jay Freeze having his way with one half of the Lost Boys, and just like that, how the tide can turn. We saw the Lost Boys dominate the beginning part of this matchup, and with a matter of seconds, things can change so much. And by drawing that line in the middle of the ring.
With both of these teams in this matchup looking to climb up the ladder, the Lost Boys have not exactly been on a winning streak as of late. As tag team wrestlers, the Lost Boys are really in a put-up-or-shut-up situation. If they don't win this matchup, they may never get a shot at a Wildside tag team title again. And Brandon P. and Jay Freeze, while not quite in that scenario, can't really afford a loss themselves.
That's true. Why you want to look forward to meeting up with the Wildside tag team champions, who are presently Scotty Wren and Tank. This is frankly beyond me. Tag team titles notwithstanding.
Well, that's what these guys are in this industry for.
Oh, I understand, and that's what the Dobbins have in mind here this evening as well. But Lord Almighty, Scotty Wren and Tank. Can you think of a more daunting task ever in professional wrestling than those two? Ugh. Gives me the willies just thinking about it.
Azrael, the Angel of Death, getting liberally involved there. The rules of a pro wrestling match simply don't apply when it comes to the Angel of Death, or at least he doesn't abide by them, and he keeps any referee in a tag team matchup completely with his hands full, that's for sure.
I'll tell you, the referees here at Wildside earn their keep. Unfortunately, there's an awful lot of missed opportunities sometimes, but there are more on than off. Thank heavens for that. And whatever Andrew Thomas is on, I don't want any of it.
Well, Gabriel was a hair away from tagging the Archangel, tagging the Angel of Death. Forearm to the face by Brandon P. Another huge clothesline. And we talked about a difference in backgrounds and styles. Not a whole lot of difference in style. Good God, I cannot possibly describe to you how hard he just kicked that man.
I think Azrael confused the head of Brandon P. with a football.
We'll talk about the difference in backgrounds. Future Shock prep athletes out of high school, had a little bit of amateur wrestling experience with the University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill. The Lost Boys up. I don't think they even know what a university is, much less have ever attended one.
Well, you could ask them, you just won't get any response. They'll talk your ear off just like Tank will.
lot of successful silent types here in Wildside.
That there is. And once again, Jay Freeze very successful in getting Azrael intimately involved.
And
well,
Jay Freeze, he's so cocky.
No kidding.
You can see that smirk on his face just taunting Azrael, trying to get inside the head, and good luck there of the Angel of Death.
Yeah, no argument, boy. And Azrael like nothing more than to knock a few teeth out of the head of Jay Freeze. Perhaps he'll get his opportunity. But for the last 5, maybe 6 minutes, the punishment has been unrelenting on Gabriel, who has not showed any offense at all.
And you can see the Angel of Death at ringside just seething, but Gabriel goes for a clothesline there. Both men collide and both men down. And Future Shock have gotten up the ire of Azrael. He's hotter than a South Georgia rainforest.
What we think he is, I can't really tell any difference in the expression of his face. It's still as vacant as it was when he walked down the aisle here.
Watch when he gets in the ring.
Yeah, maybe you're right. If he gets in the ring.
When you taunt this guy, it's like lighting a stick of dynamite and sticking it in your back pocket.
And Gabriel makes that pin, makes that tag. Here comes Azrael. And the Angel of Death has got forearms a-flying, and that's not good news if you're Future Shock. They're seeing stars.
The Angel of Death now fireman recovery into a power bomb. This could spell the end for Brandon P, but Jay Freeze quick to make the save for his tag team partner.
And Azrael's the legal man always for the Lost Boys. Any idea who the legal man is for Future Shock?
Good God! I've seen some broken noses before in my time, and that certainly was one.
There's another one.
And Azrael just tore the rest of the nose off the face of Jay Freeze with that boot scrape. Look at Gabriel kick Brandon P in the head.
With an assist.
Fallen Arcadia by the Lost Boys.
Apparently, the referee knows who the legal man is. It is Jay Freeze. That's why the referees here make all the big bucks.
Mike Posey enforcing the rules of this matchup, and the lesser referee wouldn't let that go.
And a save from Jay Freeze.
Lost Boys attempting to hit the excommunicator there.
Azrael hoisted over that top rope as Future Shock double team on, once again, poor Gabriel.
Gabriel's in no man's land here. And they're setting him up for a top rope after shock.
Jay Freeze, though, taking his time.
And it cost him big speed by Azrael.
And Gabriel is trying his best to get the better of Brandon P.
Top rope Hurricane Runner. And there's the unholy roller.
But Brandon P, smart man that he is, rolls out. But it's Jay Freeze who's the legal man.
It will not save his fate from being excommunicated.
Wrestling fans, winners, Gabriel and Azrael, the Lost